Grocott, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the 5 finalists of the Icelandic Söngvakeppnin 2024. My name is Ervin, and joining me for this review video are Nikola, Nick, and Matt. First up, we have Vibe with Bíómynd.
I really love the fact that the song is in Icelandic, because I do think that this year we are lacking songs performed in Icelandic language, especially in their national final, which is like something normal to have. But unfortunately, a lot of contestants are opting for the chance to go for the English lyrics in the final of the contest. So definitely, I enjoy that fact. I enjoy their performance. They're crazy. They have weird energy together. They're like many people already compare them to Jedward, so I'll jump that train, and I do believe that they have that kind of energy which is needed and which could be the Icelandic response to Irish duo. And I actually enjoy it quite well, and I would like to see them perform at the stage of Eurovision, because Bíómynd is definitely such a cinematic experience which you shouldn't miss.
I wasn't really a fan of this. This was my least favourite. I thought there was quite a strange opening. I just found it all very random. Yeah, it was very different, but I just found it sort of all over the place. But for me, the vocals were sort of just not great. I thought, particularly in the chorus. But yeah, this for me, I did quite like the instrumental towards the end. Yeah, overall, this was my least favourite.
See, I also kind of agree in a way with both of you, because for me as well, this was I feel that this act is going to stand out in the final due to the fact that it's the only song performed in Icelandic, but maybe not just because of that, also because of their chaotic energy. And when I was watching the semi-final performance, most of the time I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand why there was a dancing gorilla with them. I didn't understand the astronaut suits. I didn't understand the dancing princess. I have no idea what was going on. And vocally as well, I felt that this could have been much better than it was. But overall, it's a fun entry. They brought a lot of energy on stage. I wouldn't compare them to Jedward, but they did have fun, and it's one of the more memorable performances, I would say. Let's score Bíómynd out of 10. Nikola?
9.
Nick?
I give it a 7, and I think the performance was related to staging in regards to like famous films like King Kong, etc.
Could be. Matt?
We give it a 6.
I'll go with a 7. Next up, we have Anita with Downfall.
I won't hide my feelings because Anita's my favourite from the selection. Söngvakeppnin is very strong this year, I thought. A lot more depth and quality. Normally I hate about 80-90% of the songs. But this year I've actually liked most of them. Some of them haven't been so great live, but Anita's performance from semi-final one was really strong. She started off with a wall of backing dancers in boxes, which I thought looked really effective. My only main criticism really was that after that really strong first minute, they just sort of like tended to wander around the stage sort of quite aimlessly, and I would ask them to tighten that up a bit. But vocally she was very strong. The song is it's a good bop, although we've got lots of bops at Eurovision this year, so whether it's the right choice I don't know, but for me it's just a very enjoyable performance. And if I could pick for Iceland, which I'm not going to be able to, I would go for Anita.
I also like the song, and I really enjoyed the performance, and it gave me all sorts of different kind of energies which I needed from a Eurovision related song, so definitely the one to watch. And I do prefer the Icelandic version of the song because it just felt like there is more energy to it, but the English lyrics are also not so bad. However, it reminds me a lot to a song by September, Cry for Me or something.
Cry for You,
was
yeah.
Cry for You, yeah, exactly, whatever. Yeah, the title is a bit vague. That's the reason, because I was listening to Anita's song more, so I forgot the original title of the song, which reminds me, but doesn't matter. Anyways, it's it's a very interesting beat and very nice and very memorable performance. The performance also gave some sort of references from some previous historical Eurovision performances, but I don't think that was the intention of it. Anyhow, it was quite enjoyable and I liked it.
Downfall out of 10. Nick?
9, and I prefer it in English, personally.
Matt?
I give it an 8.
I'll go 6. Nikola?
7.
We continue with Hera Björk and her song Scared of Heights. I believe that Hera really knows her audience, as the way that I saw this is like your average kind of like up-tempo entry that a lot of fans would jump to at the Euro Club. And it's perfectly pleasant to listen to, and we all know that Hera is one hell of a performer. So she sang, excuse the pun, but like she sang the pants off of this song, and she's so much better than this song, because I felt that this just wasn't going anywhere. The live performance in the semi was, talking about like the staging, the live performance was exactly what I expected it to be. And should she somehow miraculously win Söngvakeppnin, I feel that this is gonna need a serious revamp if she wants to stand out in Eurovision and if she wants to do well. Because even though I can find some similarities with Je ne sais quoi, this is just like a lot less basic than that song was.
Surprisingly, I agree with nearly every word you said.
Shocking! That almost never happens.
Yeah, I don't think you missed a point. I mean, obviously, what I would say is that when I listened to it in studio before the performance, I mean, as you say, she really upsells it, because it's a really bland, uninteresting song in studio, especially compared to the rest of the selection. But she really did sell it very well on the night. She's a great performer. You know, she knows how to work a stage, and she knows how to, you know, make the concept of it. I still think the staging was a bit naff, but you know, Hera herself was the star of the performance. You know, she has you transfixed for the full 3 minutes, and I totally agree with you. The song would need a lot of work. The staging would probably need some work as well if it went to Eurovision. But you know, you've got a ready-made, good, solid artist there. But of all of the songs she's ever tried to enter into a selection, this is by far the least interesting one.
Let's score it out of 10. I'll start with a 5. Nikola?
6.
Nick?
7 for me.
Matt?
7 as well.
Two more to go. We're continuing with Sigga with Into the Atmosphere.
Yeah, I really like this one. Really catchy, quite sort of like noughties in its sound. I think it really pulls you in. I think she sings really well as well. I'm really liking like the white and blue. Really liking the staging. I think it really stands out. Sort of reminds me of the film Frozen, like the white and the blue and the ice and things like that. The only thing listening, I think it's, but I do think it's quite repetitive, and I do think this would probably struggle at Eurovision as well. I think there's better songs in this national final.
Is definitely a star and someone to watch for, because her performances are amazing, energy on stage amazing, vocal incredible, the whistle note was amazing also, and quite enjoyable. But I would have to agree with Matt and the fact that the song is getting a bit repetitive at one point, and nevertheless it's something which I would not like it to happen, because I do believe that with a better song, Sigga would definitely be an amazing artist to compete at Eurovision stage. When I heard it for the first time, I definitely had the part Go Tiffany instead of the original lyrics in my head, and for some reason I just started singing it, and the song doesn't go in any other way than that. So definitely a crazy song which needed to be improved in order for Sigga maybe to win the contest.
Well, let's put that into points. Matt?
I give this a 7.
I really didn't enjoy this one. I'm gonna give this one a 4. Nikola?
5.
Nick?
Go Tiffany, 8.
Last but not least, we have Bashar Murad with Wild West.
There's a lot to deconstruct with this song, so let's break it down to its component parts. First of all, the song itself, which is obviously the key thing which will be going forward if it wins. It's an okay song. I don't dislike it. I don't like it particularly. The beat of the song is quite catchy. The staging of the song was very effective. Obviously, you can draw your own conclusions in regards to what the staging may or may not mean. I've got to be perfectly honest with you. I was very concerned about some of the interviews that took place around this, and I felt that some of the questions were quite loaded, and he walked straight into that. But I'm not going to go into any depth around that because it's a very sensitive political situation, and we're here to talk about the music. In regards to how this could potentially do at the contest, obviously, the Icelandic people obviously have the first say about whether they feel this would be a good representative for them. Personally, I think it could do pretty well at Eurovision. It would stand out for being quite different, I guess, but it's so loaded in so many different interpretations and connotations. I just think it's, personally, if I was Icelandic, I'd probably go for one of the other songs and just leave all the controversy behind, but it's their selection. If they want to do that, good luck to them.
You see, when I started listening to this song for the first time, I thought that it was actually starting quite good, and it was building up very nicely, and the part that comes just before the chorus was really good, but then the chorus itself just like ruined the entire impression for me. The music, I don't know, the music in the chorus just felt really out of place. Also, the live performance in the semi-final was, for me, very bland. It wasn't drawing me in. I felt like very disconnected to the whole thing. It didn't stand out for me in any way. It was very long, 3 minutes to watch. And also, I thought that there were a lot of elements in that performance and in that outfit that maybe shouldn't have been there, but that's just how I saw it.
So I think this song was good. I thought it really stood out. It was really different, a really unique song for Iceland. There was lots of sort of different things going on, but it's just sort of, for me, it's not great, not terrible. I think it's middle of the road, and the thing with Eurovision is if you have a song that's middle of the road, then it's going to struggle. So for me, I think there are better songs in this national final. It's not one of my favourites, and as I say, it's just sort of right in the middle for me.
Wild West out of 10. Nick?
6 from
Matt?
I'm going to give it 6 as well.
I'll go with a 4. Nikola?
6.
As you can see, the favorite of the 4 of us is Anita, who scored 30 points, and she's followed very closely by Vibe with 29 in second place, and Hera Björk completes our top 3 as she scored 25 points. Now, this is all based on our personal thoughts and opinions, but let's try and predict who's actually going to win Söngvakeppnin and represent Iceland in Eurovision.
Iceland definitely has an interesting national selection, and as much as I would like for it to be more songs performed in Icelandic language, I do enjoy some of them more than the others, but I do believe that the Icelandic audience will have completely different thoughts of the favorites from my rankings. So I would go with Bashar and Sigga, because I do think that the songs are also having an interesting performances alongside them, and as the winner, I think Bashar will win the contest.
I agree with you. It's a really good selection this year. I have slightly different views about how it might turn out. I think because Sigga came through the wild card, I think she's pretty chanceless, to be honest with you. She wasn't even in the top 2 on Saturdays. I can't see how she may be in the top 2 this time. So I actually think it may come down to Bashar, Murad and Vibe. I think the Vibe performance is so wacky, so out there, it's just going to attract. It's just so much fun. I think Icelandic people are going to vote for it, and then Hera Björk will probably be up there as well. But if I had my own say, it'd be Anita. But Bashar Murad, I think, is going to win, and for reasons I've discussed earlier.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good selection of songs this year. But for me, I think it might be Anita. I think it's a song that really stands out with the silhouettes and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to go for Anita.
I believe that Hera, Anita, and Sigga are gonna cancel each other out in a way, as they're all shooting for the same vote, which then leaves us with Vibe and Bashar. And then I believe that Bashar is going to win for reasons that aren't necessarily connected to music. Thanks everyone for watching. Let us know in the comment section down below whether you agree or maybe disagree with any of our thoughts and opinions, and also tell us how you would score each of these songs out of 10. Also, visit ESCBubble.com to be up to date with all of the Eurovision news, interviews, and each and every of the pre-selection shows. I want to thank Matt, Nick, and Nikola for joining me for this video, and we're going to see you very soon with our next reaction video. Bye everyone.